Hey everyone, welcome to It Tastes Different Gaming Appetizers. And let me ask you a question. Do you have enough game launchers in your life? Would you like another? Riot, they're going to give you another game launcher. Don't we love them? We love them all. From Ubisoft to Epic to Steam to, all of the other Bethesda, Rockstar, name it, they got a launcher. Blizzard. And Riot said, hey, I'm going to dip my toes into a game launcher for you guys to have. We only have two games, basically, Valorant and League of Legends. I think do they have some other ones? I know they created other ones, but they do have other ones? Okay, those are the only two I know of. But they feel like you need a launcher. One space so you can pull that up and play every game from Riot. Just another launcher to install on your system where you have to log in every time and it forgets all your stuff. If it's anything like Ubisoft's launcher, it doesn't work. So they want to bring another one out. It's coming out September 20th to all your gaming PC needs. That launcher you can just launch right up and say, I want to play Valorant. No, I want to play League of Legends and whatever else games they have. And so don't we all love it? We need another launcher in our life. Patrick, what did you think of another launcher for your system?
Man, that Ubisoft Uconnect just works so well, doesn't it? Can't play a damn thing without installing it. And that's what we're probably going to have from Riot. You're not even going to be able to have their games on your system if you don't opt in to use their freaking product, their launcher. I'm so tired of it. I think they have like 5 games, maybe 4. So you're going to be able to swap between, as Nick said, Valorant, League of Legends, Team Fighter Tactics, all this stuff, just swap between all of this. Why not, We have 4 games. We need a launcher just for that. I don't care if you claim it's going to be lightweight or not, but it's going to be sitting in the background eating up my memory is what the hell it's going to be doing. And I don't want that. I only have a few launchers on my machine. I hate that I have that many, I have Epic, I have Steam, I have Microsoft, I have others. And it's just because every time you install a game nowadays, even if you install it from somebody else, they want to install their launcher before you can play it. Ubisoft is the biggest proponent of this. You can install an Ubisoft game from Steam, from Epic, but they need to connect to Ubisoft Uconnect before you can play their dang game. I'm so tired of launchers. Launchers that force you to install it with their game, no matter where it comes from. I don't like that. Don't want it. Don't need it. Tired of crap running in the background on my computer, eating up more memory for no reason at all than just to sit there waiting if I launch their games, maybe. I'm tired of it. Everybody's tired of more launchers, right? It took me a long time to get familiar enough to get friendly enough to Epic. And the only reason I decided on Epic was because Epic gives free games. So I'm like, well, install their launcher so I can go get a free game. I only did Steam back in the days because Steam was really the only like all-encompassing launcher that I could buy games that weren't theirs and put it in that launcher. I mean, are they going to now go back? My biggest question is, are they going to go back and pull their games from everybody else? Certain games have done that over the years. Said, my game used to be on Steam. I'm pulling it. EA was like the biggest one when they came out with Origins. They started pulling their games from other libraries. Shane, what do you think about this, man? You ready for another launcher on your computer?
Well, let's see. I've had my computer for 6-8 months now, and I got to get a new hard drive so I can put this new launcher on here. No, I'm not going to do it. This company can suck a dirty butthole. I'm not going to get it just because they have 4 games, none of which I've ever played, have any intention to play, don't give a shit to play. League of Legends is the only one really that I know of. And guess how much I care? Nothing. I don't. It's not my thing. This company they're jumping on a bandwagon. The bandwagon is crap. Nobody likes it, but they're doing it. I know a lot of it they say is to protect their games from, being, scalped and stolen and put out online. But it's, to me, I think it's just to get more information from you. And I'm tired of it. I think we need to rein some of this dog crap back. But I'm not a big tech guy, but I can tell you this. The more these companies of any type, gaming companies, whatever, want to put something on my computer permanently for their products, they're doing this for more than just your purchase of a game or your purchase of Facebook or whatever it is you're doing. There's more going on, and I don't like it. It needs to stop. But before I start sounding like a conspiracy nut job where they're trying to eat my brain, Nick, what do you think, bud? You're a computer guy. You two are.
I like computers.
I like computers.
I like them French fried tater.
With mustard.
Mustard.
Launchers. Yeah, I hate Ubisoft is probably the worst launcher out there. Next in line is Origin. Origin's horrible, and then we just kind of go from there. Luckily, like Rockstar, they have a launcher, but Rockstar does not. They don't make you use their launcher when you launch their games, and they sell their games elsewhere. So, same thing with Bethesda. They have a launcher too, if you didn't know that. But again, they're the same as Rockstar. They don't make you have to use their launcher. So that's good on them. Ubisoft is bad. They were bad, I should say. They did kind of start going that route, as Patrick was saying, kind of putting all their games just on their Ubisoft Connect or whatever. But then they kind of stopped that, and so you can play any Ubisoft game elsewhere because the launcher is horrible. I mean, you could read online like the Ubisoft Plus Connect Reddit is full of people that can't get games to work through it or the launcher itself to work. So the only good two launchers, I mean, Steam and Epic, and I'm exactly right there with Patrick. The only reason I went into downloaded Epic was because they give free games all the time. So, you got a huge collection of games, and they're all the free ones they gave away. I do have good old games because I do like old games. I do like retro games, and old PC games. So that's one that I do use just to, and they're all DRM free, and they can run on newer hardware and stuff like that. So that's a cool launcher to be able to buy. It's not just, because Good Old Games is made by CD Projekt. And so it's not just their games, it's every old game, and they repurpose old games to work on modern hardware and stuff like that. So that's a cool launcher. I like having that and looking through like old games. Like they released, Diablo on there and all the Neverwinter Nights and, old D&D games that used to be back in the day and all that stuff. So those are pretty much my three main ones. Other than that, I do have Origin and Ubisoft installed on my machine because from time to time, there are certain games that you can only play through there. Like I do like SimCity, and you can only play that through Origin. And the Ubisoft one, I don't really play any games through there, but they do give out free games from time to time, and I'll launch it to grab the free game and go away, and then close it back out and get close it out for sure. But anyway, we don't need another launcher, especially for a company like Riot that doesn't have very many games, and their probably two most popular games are League of Legends and Valorant. And so you really don't need a launcher for two games. I mean, most of these companies have a huge list of games.
Right. And, EA is so horrible with theirs. I mean, how many times have we not been able to play something stupid because the account's locked or they can't find your account? And you're like, I just played a game from your launcher the other day. Ubisoft, in my opinion, is just horrible because even on console, they make you install the Uconnect launcher. So whenever you launch an Ubisoft game on the console, it connects to that Uconnect launcher. Now, they do offer some perks that I sometimes dabble in where you can get free Ubisoft points or skins or something in a game because you've got Valhalla, Assassin's Creed, and you bought something else and you can pull these characters and stuff. But I mean, meh, right? And I'm with Nick. Origins did that. They pulled their games. I mean, you can only play like Command and Conquer and a few other games on the Origin client. And I'm like, I installed Origin a long time ago, but if I want to go back to some of those older games, I'm stuck pulling back up the Origin launcher. And hopefully, I remember my account and credentials. That's the biggest thing that irritates me because you have to remember account and credentials for all these different things. And if they pull their games only into their launcher, I have to remember what my account was. So. Bad stuff all around on that, So League of Legends, I haven't played League of Legends in a few years, so it's probably not going to affect me much. But if I wanted to go play League of Legends again, it's going to make me put their downloader on there and everything. And Blizzard, Activision did this too. Blizzard did this back in the day with theirs. But you can still install their games separately and not need the launcher, like Nick had said with some of the other ones. I can install WoW and not have to pull down their launcher, or I can play Heroes of the Storm or whatever and not have to pull in their launcher. Or I used to. I've not been on a Battle.net game in a while, so I don't know if you still have to install their launcher. You may have to install their launcher now to play any of their games, but back when I was doing it before, you can download the individual game without the launcher. But yeah, that's all we need. We don't need more launchers, more crap eating up our background processes for nothing, eating up all the memory because their game isn't running and they want to check in every hour for an update or who knows what. I don't know. I'm over it. And in my opinion, it gives them more control, right? They got more DRM control. So they want to just make sure that you're always online while you're playing their game. And if their launcher can't connect to their service, their game won't launch, is what's going to end up happening. More digital rights management. So garbage.
Yeah, and that's really where I'm just starting to get more and more pissed. Between consoles and PCs, I can't play a freaking game that I've paid for if I'm not connected online. If my internet goes out and I've got nothing else to do, I want to be able to play a game. At least be able to play my damn game that I paid for. But I can't because I paid for a rental is what I've done. As long as I'm connected to the internet, my rental is good because that's all you're getting. Because if you don't have internet, you don't have your stuff. You don't have your game. It's like buying a digital movie and having to stream it. It's BS. It's a complete scam, in my opinion. I think we're losing our rights as consumers on this stuff. I don't believe that. I don't believe that when I pay for a product, that product I can do anything I want with to a point. There's a point. I can't copy it and sell it out to my friends. I understand that. I think that's a moral thing, not just a legal thing. But by God, I should be able to play my freaking game. EA can just kiss my butt if they think that I have to be online just to play any of their games. Or Activision. What was Activision? I was trying to sign into their freaking beta the other night for Vanguard. Holy crap, what a shit system they have.
You'll have that problem every time we try to play Activision.
Every freaking time, exactly. It's like, you know what? If you're going to require all this dog shit, fix your shit. I'm getting mad. Stop it. Nick, you say something before I go kick a kitten.
Well,
I'm not going to kick a kitten. It was a joke.
Mostly. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing too. I mean, you just brought up something different than launchers, and that's just having to log into their servers. I do hate having to link my different accounts to my consoles for Bethesda. Bethesda does that as well, and so does Activision and EA, and Rockstar does it too. And I think with Rockstar, I think it's optional, but I know on certain games like Max Payne, I think Max Payne 3, you had to log into the launcher for that one. So, or you had to log into the account, I should say.
Games that make no sense to have to do that for.
Right, because that's a single player experience. I think they have a multiplayer, but I mean, it's primarily a single player game, so it doesn't make any sense. But yeah, I mean, it's all ridiculous. The launchers are having to log into all this stuff. We don't need another piece of another wall to block us from getting to what we want to do. So It's stupid, but
my opinion, it adds undue security holes on your system, undue resource hogs. I mean, it's everything. Let's say they put out a bad patch on the client. Next thing you know, they've opened up a vulnerability onto your system for other hackers. They put up a bad patch and it's got a memory leak. So now your memories get eaten up by this stupid launcher. When you didn't need it before, but every time you launch one of their games, now it runs in the background. If you kill it, it kills the game. That kind of stupid stuff. I hate launchers for that sense, is that they're just installing unnecessary garbage on your machine for no reason other than to track you. That's really it. I mean, there's no reason you need a Riot launcher. No reason.
No, well, like I said at the beginning, it's a control thing. It's a control. They want your information. They want your statistics. They want all your shit. And unfortunately, we give it to them. I mean, how many times have we clicked on a game, terms of service or this or that? You're not reading all that liberal legal dog shit. You're like, I just want to play my freaking game. Come on now. You click the button. You just said, hey, man, come over and, sleep with my dog. It's freaking ridiculous.
Well,
but it's the time we live in.
And there's a difference, in like some of these things. Because, if you think about it, every MMO has a launcher, but it's not the same thing. That launcher's not running when your computer is idle for the most part. Like when you had WoW back before they had Battle.net launcher, Final Fantasy 14, they all have their launchers. And all the launcher's responsible for doing it, as soon as you pop that thing up, it checks for an update and validates your account. And then once it does it, you log in, the launcher goes bye-bye. It goes away. It doesn't stay running in the background, and stuff like that. And even if it did, you close them out, the game still runs because it's not doing anything but checking your content version and authenticating you. That's it. But these are not going to be that. They're going to be more like, they're going to want to be more like Steam. They're wanting to be your game content management system. So they're managing your games and content. And I don't need another one. And I will not install it. But like I said, I don't play Riot Games anymore anyway. And even if that Riot MMO comes out, I'm not sure I would even play that they still TBD game that they got going on.
No, I'm done with this kind of business mentality. It's just getting old. And I think consumers really need to start nutting up and just saying, you know what, done with it. We need to stomp out companies like EA for their practices and all these launchers and all these ways they infiltrate your computer. That's all it is.
Down with launchers.
Rise up.
Anyway, does anybody else have anything they want to add to this? All right.
Nah, I'm getting pissed off.
Bad Riot. No donut for you.
Bad Riot. Well, make sure to download our launcher. It tastes different. Gaming launcher. You can watch all our videos. No, our launcher is youtube.com. It tastes different gaming. So thanks everyone for listening. Thanks everyone for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Hit the bell notifications to keep up to date with our videos and our launcher. See you next time, everyone. Bye-bye.
See ya.